So, I may be... What did you laugh for?
I coughed.
Oh, okay. I thought I'd laugh. Anyway, I may be full of shit. In fact, I probably am.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm reasonably confident Star Trek invented the previously on recap. Now, they definitely didn't invent... I did a little bit of homework to see if I am full of shit or not. They definitely didn't invent having, like, a clip before... Like, if you have a cliffhanger ending on an episode, they'll show a bit of the last one before that. They didn't invent that because Doctor Who was doing it before then.
Yeah.
But I feel like the previously on Star Trek The Next Generation and then showing a little montage and then going, and now the conclusion. I think they invented that.
Right, okay.
Because I can't find an earlier version. And it's also what stuck with me as, like, their thing that everyone else copied. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? If I am wrong, write in. I want to open the episode like that.
Yeah,
So with that
fair
in
enough.
mind, previously on the shipping forecast, Grace, I'm sorry. I've run the tests. You only have 3 weeks left to live.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
Well, it's one way of dealing with it.
Nick, put the gun down. Stop.
Sit down! You haven't paid me 3 years of fucking
And
work!
I never will. And I never will. You see, your pay has been going to your mother to pay for her cancer treatment. Dun dun dun.
No! My inheritance!
Anyone else got any ideas?
James, I love you, but we've only got 45 minutes to save the fanfiction.
Now's not the time for confessions. I need to sword fight Grace. Grace.
I'm going to send you to Turbo Purgatory.
But enough talk. Have at you.
On guard, cunt.
But what is the crime? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Enough with these pop culture references. To battle!
And now the conclusion.
Perfect.
And then we do the credits.
This is Democracy Manifest.
This is Democracy Manifest. He's absolutely Matt Berry's dad. Like, I don't care what anyone else says. I don't care that he was in Australia. Maybe the ages don't add up either. I don't know. But I'm certain that's Matt Berry's father.
He has got the right sort of cadence and pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at very least, it's Matt Berry's inspiration of like how I'm going to perform roles. He was just sat there before Garth Marenghi like, but how am I going to stand out? And then he watched that video and was like, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to talk like a speak and spell.
I will talk like Democracy Manifest. And he's doing great, though.
Yeah,
Like,
he's carved out his own...
I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows, and it's been fantastic.
He's carved out his own little niche. If you need somebody to mispronunciate something, but in a really, really grandiose way.
When you don't need a narrator, you need an orator.
Yes.
That is who you call.
Yeah, you call Matt Berry.
What the fuck's an orator?
A dramatic man who speaks.
Alright.
So, yeah. Talking of dramatic men that speak, hey, welcome to the shipping forecast.
Where there's two of them.
There's two of them. I'm James. Joining me is the other dramatic man. And my first officer, Nick.
Hello.
And
Oh, how come he's the first officer? What the
he's
fuck
the
am
first
I?
officer.
What
You're
am I,
going to be...
then?
What do you want to be?
I don't know.
Chief engineer, chief medical, chief science?
It doesn't feel as important, but alright, fine.
Yeah, but...
I'm not
to be
jealous.
To be fair, first officer's really boring. Like, it's like the personnel... It's like HR.
Oh, Nick,
It's
are you
like-
going to take
God.
that?
I'm just really HR.
Yeah, like, the first officer's job is to organise, like, crew rotations and, like...
Why have you given Nick a really shit job?
I don't know.
I thought it was something cool.
I didn't think it through. On
You
reflection,
just
Nick,
called him really boring as
Fine.
well.
fine.
Well, I am really
Unbelievable.
boring.
You know
It's
who you-
fine.
No, don't embrace it, Nick. Tell him to shut up.
Fine. I'm Captain James. Joining me is my chief engineer, Nick.
Yeah.
'Cause he helped me talk through car problems earlier.
Oh, that was so funny.
And my chief weapons officer, Grace.
Yay. I guess.
Because if I need someone shivved, you're the first person I would go to.
Yep.
I'm very good at shooting people down physically and mentally.
Exactly. Or maybe you should be the comms officer.
No, I don't like speaking to people.
You know, where the captain's like, here, tell them we come in peace, and you just pick up the phone. And it's
Am
like,
I fuck?
fuck you. Hope you die.
Eat
Don't know what
shit.
you mean, Captain. I translated it perfectly.
Yeah, we've got photon tops. What have you got?
Yeah.
Maybe you could combine the two. Comms and weapons officer.
I mean, that's kind of what Worf's job was, because they didn't really have a comms officer on the Enterprise D.
Oh, there we go then.
And I'm pretty sure it was Worf who was picking up the phone, usually.
Yeah,
He's like, oh yeah, they're hailing us.
Grace is Worf then.
Grace is Worf.
I don't know who
Comms
Worf
and
is.
weapons.
God. Do we have any other banter that doesn't involve Worf?
This is the issue. Like, nothing happens in January.
Yeah, that's true.
All I've done is just eat, work, and sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tend to hibernate immediately after work too. I just kind of fall asleep afterwards. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Which is why editing took so much longer this week, because normally I'd jump straight into editing after work, but no, nap time.
This is it. I've been like coming home, playing Cyberpunk, which is very good. And we've also dug our PS2 out, because there's a few games I'd like to play on that.
Nice.
Crazy Taxi. The Amazing Spider-Man. The classics.
But yeah,
Crash Bandicoot.
possibly.
I did lend you Silent Hill 2, actually.
You did, yes. That's one of the reasons we brought it out. We're currently playing through one of the Spyro games, which Sophie wanted to play,
Yes.
and then we'll probably play that. But yeah, thank you very much.
No problem.
But yeah, this is the issue with January. It's about 6 months long. Nobody's got any money to do anything. Everything is either shut or put off till warmer days come around. So yeah, there's not much banter because I haven't really done anything.
Mm-hmm. Though I did mention you saving me there briefly, Nick, as my chief engineer.
Yes.
So I crashed my car yesterday, very slightly. It's now got a cool scar on this.
Into a wall.
Into a wall, yeah. It did.
Slightly into a wall.
To be fair, it did more damage to the wall than my car.
And to be fair, that wall has been there since you moved in.
Exactly. It was asking for it, really.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bloody hell.
But no, it was dark. I didn't turn quite as far as I should have done. Did
Yeah.
I show you the scar I found this morning, Grace?
What, on your car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then.
The scar's a scratch.
Oh no, I didn't show you the bigs. No, I was just scrolling up through our chat.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Thankfully, I'm the worst because I've never scratched my car.
Ooh. Well, yeah.
La-dee-da.
I mean, I've scratched my
That's
car
actually
on
correct,
purpose more times than I've scratched it by accident.
Oh.
I've had an old woman look me dead in the eye, open her car door, smack it into mine, close it again, and drive off.
Oh,
I've had that.
that'd wind me
And
up.
she was like 70, but she didn't know where the fuck she was, so I was just like, you know what, whatever, I'm not going to chase you up on it.
What
Yo,
our listeners
bat.
don't know is that Grace is the owner of a Cybertruck that is made of solid iron, and that's why it dents other people's stuff.
No, shut up. She dented my car.
Oh, she did. Oh, I thought. Sorry.
She looked me in the eye, opened her door, dented my car,
Going.
whilst making direct eye contact, closed her door again, and then drove off.
Huh. Why did your mum?
She
do
wasn't even getting in or out the car. She sat in her seat, opened the door, smacked my car, closed it again, and then fucked off. And I just looked at her like, what?
that? Oddly spiteful.
No, I don't think... I don't know what expression was on her face. I think she was just confused. She didn't look spiteful, because I hadn't really done anything.
Well,
So,
I don't know. That.
don't know.
People are weird.
People are weird.
But this is
Yeah.
this is precisely why I have two cars. The nice pretty one, which I polish up and take to shows, and I have the sub 500 quid shit box, which has minor street cred so bad that even the local crackheads won't nick it. I stayed at Sophie's house for a couple of days while I was getting something done in the house. The car didn't move for those 2 days, but I came out to drive back to my house to see the work that had been done, and I realised that I'd forgotten to lock it.
Nice.
And the car was still there. Everything else that was in the car was still there. Yeah, I just forgot to lock my car.
What's worse is people kept leaving extra prog rock CDs in your car.
Oh, come on! I don't
Reverse
use
of stealing all your stuff. They just keep adding to it.
I don't use CDs. I use Spotify.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I use
No,
CDs.
I use CDs.
Dragged kicking and screaming into the 21st century.
I prefer a good CD. Like, if you've got a touchscreen where you can change the songs, I'd be tempted to change the songs. Whereas a CD, you put it in, that's what you got.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's fun making mixtapes.
Yeah, that's a lost art nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah, making a good
One
mixtape.
that I have kept alive.
You're a good man.
And why not join our Patreon and you can have a copy of my mixtape? No, that's. I don't think that's a thing we can legally do.
Is that the one that's stuck in my CD player?
Oh, probably. No,
Yeah.
I've made newer mixtapes since then.
Yeah, because we put that in, and then it broke, and the CD player hasn't worked since.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even eject it.
My tapes are fire.
So far,
Hellfire.
so far they melted the inside of my CD player.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah, but it's fine. This car is probably one catastrophic MOT failure away from the scrapyard anyway, so a CD player is the least of its worries.
Alas.
As you guys saw today, actually, because I've been been changing a wheel bearing on it.
Yeah, that looked amazing.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into turn order.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what we're here for. Yeah.
Yeah. It's worth us figuring out who's going first.
It is.
So, what did you think of your fix?
Mine was short, and innocent and quite funny.
Okay.
But I don't know. It tickled me. I don't know if it would tickle other people.
And it's a Garashir, I'm guessing.
Yes,
Okay.
but vaguely.
So mine is there's background Garashir. The focus is Gul Dukat. It's funny, it's long, I'll be skipping a lot of bits and just sort of telling the story.
Okay.
The story is the story is fanfic about Gul Dukat is written, and he is determined to find out who is writing him as a bottom.
Oh, is that the thing that
Nice.
he's taken issue with?
He's taken issue with a lot of things in it, yeah. He plans to take legal action.
I see.
It's him getting railed by a Bajoran, which he's not in favour of.
So he's
Cardassian used to occupy Bajor.
Oh.
he's going to fucking Tolkien estate this thing then.
That's the plan.
Yeah, I see.
Also, apparently it's a crime in Cardassia to write anything about military officers.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was. It's about having a sexual awakening.
Okay.
You know, like discovering a
Okay.
new kink that you're into. But I also found an honourable mention. There's some Vulcan pickup lines that I thought it might be fun to read
Ooh,
together.
nice.
Or rather, it's
I'm up for that.
it's Vulcans trying to do Earth pickup lines.
Oh.
So, you know.
Oh no.
So,
Okay.
sexual awakening, I just realised there's something I need to search, because I'd be horrified if it's a thing.
Okay.
Are you familiar with tribbles?
Those little fucking furry things that are just
Yeah.
like balls of fur.
Yeah.
You're going to Google sexy tribble, aren't you?
I'm seeing if anyone's fucked a tribble. Yeah. I've had
see.
a quick skim and the answer is no.
I mean,
You're welcome.
yeah. Thank Christ for that.
I've got some Kirk/Khan Noonien Singh here, though.
Okay.
Turns out the ship name for that is Kirk with a K.
Huh.
Khirk.
I see.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, no one's fucked a tribble. You're welcome.
At least something is safe in this universe.
The shipping
now.
forecast, asking all the important questions.
Delving into the horrors so you don't have to.
Got any trivels about your tribbles?
Ooh. Perhaps some
Oh,
troubles with your tribbles.
Trouble, trivia trivia.
That was the title of the episode, wasn't it?
It was the title
Yes.
of the episode. The Trouble with Tribbles.
My very limited original series
Yeah.
knowledge.
You're welcome. Okay, who wants to go first?
I don't mind going first.
Okay,
Who wants to go second?
I tell you what, I'll go second.
got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll wrap
Well, we
us
can
up.
leave James to ramble long
I
into
will
the.
ramble
Log
on
into the
quietly.
night.
You're welcome.
And in conclusion, oh my god.
I won't be
Will
that
it
bad.
end?
I might be
You
that.
stopped talking about the Vic like 20 minutes ago.
It
We're
only
still just like
happens
talking
every
to
now
you
and
about talking
again.
about your opinion. Yeah, but this is a Star Trek episode. Like
Yeah.
we're expecting long things.
Yeah. Who wants to hear about warp core theory?
No,
No.
no, I'm good.
What about the role of dilithium in the process of...
No.
Fine. Grace, what have you been reading?
I have been reading Inked Upon Your Heart by Xenobotanist.
Xenobotanist? Uh-huh.
I never know if I should pronounce X as a sh or a z.
Ah, yeah. So this X
That's-
comes from Latin, so
Yes.
it's an X. Xenobotany.
But you've just pronounced it with a Z.
Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Xenobotany.
Then why isn't it a Z?
I don't know.
Because I was always told that X means a sh noise, even in the Latin.
Well, it's always pronounced xenomorph, right?
Yeah, but this is...
Xenophobia.
yeah, but is this an American way of doing it? Or, I don't know. Alright, okay, alright.
It's It's
Okay,
xenobiology.
I will say Xenobotanist.
Or Xeno, if you want to be.
Oh,
It's a scone.
fuck
It's a
off!
scone thing.
Just fuck off.
I'm telling you, it's not Sheno. That's all. That's what I'm getting at.
I said G. She. Look,
Yeah.
that's the
okay.
author's name.
Okay.
It's written with an X. I do not have a doctorate in anything.
I mean,
I'll
I don't
say-
think we can have doctorates in xenobotany just yet.
I have a Hyundai or Hyundai. I don't give a fuck.
What?
Oh, I'm still pissed off that apparently Hyundai cars have always been pronounced Hyundai.
Oh, Hyundai, yes.
Yeah,
no.
and as long as I own one, I'm not conforming to it.
It's Jif all over again.
It is.
I'm sorry. I am stubborn.
We're not calling it Jif
No.
No.
or changing Hyundai. So tell us about Inked Upon Your Heart.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Fuck. Where was I? Right at the beginning. Okay, so this is Julian Bashir and Elim Garrick, and it is post-canon Cardassian.
Okay.
Whatever. I'm not entirely sure what that means because I have not actually watched Deep Space Nine.
Would you like to know what that means?
I'm guessing it's after the planet gets fucked over.
The planet does get fucked over. So, Cardassia allies with the Dominion in the Dominion War.
Okay.
The Dominion fuck over the Cardassians, and the final battle of the war, and the final episodes of Deep Space Nine take place in that kind of war for Cardassia.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
the show ends, Cardassia needs to rebuild. It's kind of analogous to, like, Germany or Japan immediately after World War II, but in space.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you, Dictionary Corner.
Anytime.
Additional tags: humour, crack treated seriously, tattoos, heart attacks, almost in brackets.
The best kind of crack is the crack treated seriously.
I'll read the beginning out just to sort of like set everything down.
Okay.
At long last, despite the stifling heat, Julian shivers as Garrett kisses him on the back of the neck, fingers trailing teasingly under the hem of his shirt. Up. Julian raises his arms, allowing the garment to be lifted over his head and tossed onto the flickering shadows of candlelight. There is a pause, an indrawn breath, and thick cool... You know what, actually, fuck it. Either way, alright. I
The
can't...
pound. It's very sensual.
Foreplay is happening, right?
Hmm.
And Garrick sort of like traces Julian's left shoulder blade and says, "What is this?" Julian leans off the bed to grab a PADD from his bag.
Just a pad.
I don't fucking know. It's all in caps. A pad. Because the thing is, when women hear pad, they think menstrual
Oh, I see.
sanitary pad.
So
I'll
the
call-
pads are,
What does it stand for?
no one knows. I mean, someone probably knows.
So it's a PADD.
Fine. I'll look it up. I'll look up what it stands
So I was
for.
right, it was a PADD. Because it stands for something.
It's called a personal access display device.
Cool. So
It's what
he-
you see them holding when they need to hand people stuff to read.
Yeah, like an iPad, innit?
Julian
It's-
grabs a
yeah.
personal something device from his bag and turns on the flashlight function, handing it over. I don't know why, but I feel bad because I've started this fic just arguing with people.
You have.
Very, very sorry to the author.
For someone who hasn't watched much Star Trek, you're doing fine.
Very sorry to the author, but not to us.
Yes. Yes, you deserve better, author. I'm sorry about the 2 pricks with me today.
You're the one who doesn't know the Star Trek lore.
Go fuck yourself. Right, as I was saying. I'm doing my best.
I'm trying to help.
You're just being a twat.
I'm trying to help.
Right. Okay, where was I?
This has gone slightly out of hand.
Where was I?
Oh boy.
Okay, so they're having a sensual time. Garak spots the tattoo on his shoulder, and Julian explains, like I said, when I arrived, I've been thinking of you and Cardassia a lot. It became obsessive at times. I wanted to keep a reminder with me, something permanent until I could get here. And when Quark actually convinced Kira to turn your shop into a tattoo parlor, it gave me the idea to do this. Well, what do you think? And there's this sound behind him that Julian can't readily identify. It's inquisitive, concerned, confused. Whatever it began as, it transformed into a spluttering, choking sound. And then when Garak can hold in no more, a full-on guffaw.
Oh no.
He's laughing his fucking ass off.
He's laughing at the tattoo.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Naturally, mood killed, and he's turned around like, what? And the laughter behind him starts getting gaspy and rattly, and develops into this hacking cough. And Julian's whirring around in concern and befuddlement by the chuckles, and Garak is wheezing. Elim, are you okay? And Garak waves him off with one hand, while the other one's clenched to his chest because he's fucking dying. Garak, you've got to stop laughing. You're putting too much stress on your lungs, which is straining your heart. You've got arrhythmia. And it's just and Garak's clenching his chest, put your shirt back on.
Oh no.
And so he does, and he asks Garak what's supposed to mean. Bashir is I wanted it to mean remembrance, and Garak just starts wheezing again in pain because he just can't keep it together.
I think I understand.
So the doc drugs him up for his own safety, and Garak falls asleep, mouth still twitching into a smile, like he's gonna start laughing again. So yeah, I think whatever obviously this is after Cardassia got hit, so I'm assuming Garak got hurt during this and had
I think so.
Pollution fucked his lungs up a bit, so laughing is gonna kill him.
Yeah, it looks like it's dusty air, and the Cardassians can't really deal with it
at the end.
Mm.
So the planetary defense, it's got loads of laser turrets orbiting, and the Dominion just flip them round and just start bombing Cardassia.
Ah, right, I see.
It's fucked.
Okay. So since then, all the shirtless activities have been done in total darkness, so Bashir doesn't kill him, I guess. And a month later, Bashir can't really take it anymore. He asks Garak in the hospital, because, best place for anyone to have a heart attack, just in case. Garak sets aside his stew down with an uncustomary gravity, it says. His face drawn. Are you sure you want to know that, my dear? Julian nods. Yes. Turn around and remove your shirt. He's going to read it out. There's a heavy sigh once more. A calloused finger traces over the angular characters one by one. There's a psh from Garak. The finger drops. Are you absolutely certain you want to know what this means? Yes.
It's good.
Garak releases another heavy gust of air. He breathes in, holds it, and then he begins tittering. He's like, I can't. And then he just doubles over. And it's just Oh, for fuck's sake. Julian just is like, fuck it. He just stomps off to Dr. Parmack, whips his top off and says, Callus, what in the stars does my back say? And there's like a stunned silence for a few beats, but soon enough Julian can make out a muffled Sure enough, Dr. Parmack has a hand over his mouth and his eyes are watering. It says, he just as Julian's come closer, come on, around the desk, motions for down, and Julian leans over ready to receive like a little secret. It's like, it. Parmack snickers, his breath puffing against Julian's cheek. He lowers his voice, but there's still a squeak when he finally forces the word out. It says, beep beep lettuce. And when I read this, it just fucking sent me. Yeah. Parmack's giggles dissolve into hiccups and coughs, and isn't before Julian is calling a nurse and pulling out hypos to deal with strained lungs and erratic heartbeat all over again. Fuck. I was in fucking bits. And it's just... Oh, well done. Because, like, well done to Xenobotanist. It was very fun. You did a fantastic job building up the reveal of it. I've also read a similar story of yours recently where Dr. Bashir notices a tattoo on Garrick called Enigma Scales, which is also very good. I lost my shit reading both of these.
Enigma Scales.
Like, they really tickled me. It's so innocent, but it's so silly. Really well done. I encourage listeners to read both of these fics.
Well, I reckon that's happened to a lot of people. Because, you get a tattoo in a language you don't know. And
so if you go to the very bottom, it did.
You what?
Oh, shit, yeah.
There's a Reddit post.
There is a Reddit post. Yeah, it took me a while to twig there. Just hang on. Let me just...
In Japan, they say... I actually can't read that. Which says, your eyes are beautiful. I think that's beautiful. It's Bipu on Reiatsu, which means beep beep letters.
Beep beep letters.
This is...
I kind of want a beep beep letters tattoo, just...
I mean, if you don't know the language, it could be anything. Like, people could be, like, tattooing parts of a shopping list or a recipe onto you, and it looks all cool and mystical if you don't know the language. But, then you get there and it's, it says, like, one shampoo or something like that.
Milk, eggs, flour.
I'm just having a skim of Enigma
Mate,
Scales.
Don't ruin it. It's what it says at the end. Fucking sent me. But
Go read Enigma Scales.
Garrick's got a fucking tramp stamp and it fucking sent me.
That's good shit.
Have you scroll down and read it?
I've seen it. I know. Oh boy. Yeah, that was good. I'm glad you found a fic you enjoyed, Grace.
I wasn't expecting it to tickle me this much. I was like, okay, where's this going? And then it fucking beep beep letters. I hope other people find this funny and I'm not a fucking idiot. Oh, fuck.
No, as you were telling it, as I was reading along, I just saw beep beep letters on its own. I was just like, oh no.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah. Masterfully done, Xenobotanist.
Yeah, this was fun.
Well done.
This was a lot of fun.
My jaw hurts.
So if you want beep beep letters tattooed on you, it's detailed in the Reddit post below.
So, would you say you've enjoyed your foray into Star Trek?
I don't feel like I've learnt anything. but I've had a great time.
I'm glad to hear it.
Oh,
So, Nick,
I'm
what have you
gonna
been
put me
reading?
on mute. I need to put me on.
Yeah, hang on. First of all, Grace, do you need a moment?
I guess that's a yes. She's just
I think it
disappeared.
is.
Oh
dear.
Oh boy. Yeah, we've lost our weapons officer.
Oh no, the Klingons are going to come through in this fic. Right, let me get yours up.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I'm back.
Unlike
Hey, nice. Okay.
welcome.
Right, so what you'll need to do, I've realised I've posted the wrong fucking link, so you need to go back to the previous chapter.
Yep, that's okay. I have a feeling.
Okay, so this is Were Classic Earth Novels Always This Horny by Viali7.
Yes.
This is a Spirk fic, sort of.
Mhm.
There's a lot of sort of unrequited love, will they, won't they? But anyway, Spock decides to read Little Women.
Okay.
Okay.
Apparently one of the cornerstones of British literature, which I
have not read Little Women.
Sorry, one of the cornerstones of human literature, which it sounds like one of those books that they give you to do in English class, and then you'd have to do like a comprehension and a review on it, and what did the
It
author really
was.
mean? But anyway,
It was.
Oh, it's the one Greta Gerwig did before Barbie.
yes. But basically, he is reading Little Women. He gets to part 1, chapter 7. Now, there's a scene in that where one of the characters, they have to be disciplined in some way, and it turns out it's the old school punishment, you know, where they'd sort of like wrap you on your hands with a stick or a ruler or something like that to punish you.
Oh, yeah, you get caned, yeah.
So it's something that's not out of the ordinary for when the book was set. It's something that a lot of older people will remember having done to them at school. But of course, this awakens something in Spock because of the sensitivity of Vulcan hands.
Oh.
So,
Oh, right, okay.
yeah, so he's reading that and he's thinking, it's like, could it really be that an Earth woman writing several centuries ago had intuited the taboos of his Vulcan culture, had predicted this quirk of his biology, namely the sensitivity of the Vulcan hand? So he's like,
Come on, Spock.
this is it. He's getting quite into this. He sort of likens it to the popular fantasy that that humans have, schoolgirls getting spanked, that sort of thing. The scene in Little Women was the Vulcan equivalent. Utterly shocking to read in a children's book, even accounting for the unfortunate prevalence of corporal punishment in Earth's past.
What, so
So-
he's looking at it's like the equivalent of having your cock slapped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like
Christ.
it's like CBT for the hand.
Okie dokie then.
But what does cognitive behavioural therapy have to do with the hands?
Oh, come
you
on.
fucking know what he meant. Mr. Pornhub statistics.
This... We can't pretend anymore. Like, the amount of
No.
fucking degenerate
3 years.
stuff that we've read on this
We've
podcast.
been here for 3 years.
Yeah. So anyway, he closes the book, feeling a bit dirty and as if he'd been viewing like actual pornography. And then all evening he just can't focus. Like, the thoughts of the punishment scene keep sort of rising to his head. And even when he, decides to go to bed early so he can have an extra hour of meditation before he settles down, it's still going on in his head. So himself as a schoolboy on Vulcan being ordered by a faceless teacher to offer his palm, him kneeling before Jim's chair on the bridge, hands offered in supplication, and most distressingly a mirage of Jim, his beloved captain, commanding his first officer to present his hands for discipline. So it sounds like Spock is down bad for Kirk.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Always has been.
This is it, and there's a lovely line here, a lovely paragraph which I'll just read verbatim, which I quite liked. The last image was not upsetting in the sense that Spock would find such a command unpleasant. Rather, it was upsetting because Spock did not object to it strongly enough. Which,
Some realisation he's into it.
yeah, this is the thing. He's kind of disgusted, but he wants to explore it further. Like,
I hate it. Go on.
this is it. I'm sure a lot of people can relate where they see something where they're like, ugh. Oh, okay,
Ugh.
yeah,
Well, like seeing slime and then wanting to prod it.
yeah.
You get like an intrusive thought.
Or the Dune
Okay.
Cup.
Or the yeah,
Shut, not the Dune bucket.
or the Dune bucket, yeah, the Dune popcorn bucket.
Oh, no. Let it die, for God's sake.
No.
The film hasn't even come
The
out.
joke's only going to get better with age.
Oh no! Oh God!
We're
People
ahead
will
of
be
the curve on this
violated.
theme.
So, yeah, we were here first. So,
Exactly.
talking of alien biology,
Oh.
he starts thinking about what Jim Kirk would be like. He'd discipline him, and then he'd forgive him and comfort him, and he'd, kiss and lick his palm until things happened and things like that. He could never breathe a word of it to anyone. Now, that's chapter 1. Going into
Chapter 2, he breathes a word of it.
No, chapter 2. Chapter 2. Spock is on the bridge doing his thing, and Kirk has this sort of game he plays with him where he tries to sneak up on the Vulcan without him noticing. But,
Okay.
of course, if he sort of sneaks up, Spock betrays no emotion that he surprised him or anything like that, which you'd expect. And then Jim sort of stood talking to him, and then he says, I've always admired how quickly and elegantly you type, Spock. Look at those fingers fly. And Spock is like,
no.
what the fuck does he know?
He's he's overthought this.
Yeah, this is it. He's thinking, how could he possibly know? I've been sort of thinking about this. So he's trying to will himself not to think about it. And
Is he just thinking about how does he know that I've been reading porn in
Yes.
my spare time?
but the thing is, it's like Little Women is a pretty normal thing to read. It's not.
No, it's not porn, is
Yeah,
it?
it's not supposed to be obscene, but of course, with Spock's Vulcan biology, it becomes that.
Yeah. Oh.
So, like, Kirk's trying to tease him, and Spock just goes, "It requires only practice, Captain." Sort of blows him off, and Jim returns to his.
Blows him off.
No, not yet. We haven't got to that yet. This is. I should mention
right,
this is recent. In fact, while I was doing a reread at about 4:00 today, another chapter popped up.
I did notice this is ongoing.
Yeah,
It's updated today.
Oh.
It was last updated today, so yeah, it's an ongoing thing. But yeah, anyway, he blows Jim off. Jim sort of like puffs and goes back to his, captain's chair. He says, "Luckily, Spock has plenty of work to focus on. He did not have time to worry about his captain's petulant, illogical behaviour. No time at all. However,
Still going to.
At 2:00.
2:00, they go get lunch, and they're in the lift. Jim asks Spock, "What was all that about earlier? The little fit you threw when I gave you a compliment. Since when do you take offence to flattery?" So Spock's like, "Vulcans do not throw fits, Jim. I merely wish to attend to my work. You were proving a minor distraction, that's all." Of course, Kirk latches on to this, as Kirk often does. "You find me distracting, Mr. Spock. Is that so? Do you find me more or less distracting when I talk about your hands?" And like he notices, him stiffening up and things like that.
Oh, got him.
Just at that moment, luckily for Spock, the lift doors open, and he sort of makes his escape. Fucks off back to his quarters. This is Spock having a wank on lunch, by the way.
Oh, God.
That's what he does. He takes a ruler. He's like, "Yeah, this'll do." Hits himself on the hand, fantasizing about Jim Kirk disciplining him for some unperceived slight. Even though, of course, it's illegal to do that in Starfleet. They outlawed corporal punishment.
I mean, spanking yourself out isn't illegal.
No, spanking yourself isn't. But corporal punishment is now illegal in Starfleet.
It's not used as punishment.
No, that's it. So, Spock beats his hands with a ruler, then beats his meat, and then ends up with about 7 minutes to replicate some food, scarf it down, and get back to the bridge.
Huh.
So, yeah, all those of you who've gone home for a wank on lunch, Vulcans do it too, I guess.
Which is surprising for Vulcans, because they normally only mate once every 7 years.
I was going to say this is probably not sort of as law consistent as the
It's not.
the nerds out there would have it. But it doesn't matter, it's fanfic, we're having fun.
They didn't have replicators in the 23rd century.
Shut up. Right, carry on.
It's fanfic, it's fine.
Yeah.
Vulcans probably don't have sexual fantasies about their captain beating their hands
they
with a
probably
ruler.
do.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so the thing about the Vulcans is they do have emotions, they just keep them under wraps.
Ah,
So
I see.
whenever Vulcans go around telling every other race, "Oh no, we don't lie. We're honest and logical," and that in itself is a lie.
Ah, they
Cool.
are
They're
absolutely...
so full of shit
Yeah.
about not having emotions. They just keep them under wraps.
Right, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Plus Spock's half human, so he's got more emotions than others.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, Vulcans lie all the time.
Yeah. Mostly about not having sexual fantasies
Just
involving...
whenever it's convenient, to be honest.
Funnily enough, it comes up in this next chapter.
Ah.
Yeah, this was the one that I read today, so my coverage of it might be a little bit spotty.
Oh, it is hot off the press.
Yeah, it is hot off the press. Basically, I checked it at about 10 this morning, and I checked it again at 4 o'clock, and there it was. So, there we go. So, Spock and Kirk are playing 3D chess. Kirk is teasing Spock about, making the next move and things like that. I'm always sure about my decisions, particularly when it comes to chess, Jim. And teasing them about it. And yeah, you've put yourself into a more vulnerable position, being a bit sexual innuendo.
Mm-hmm.
Careful, Spock admonished. You have almost convinced me to withdraw my latest move and apply another angle of attack. Now, this bit's important. Kirk has a rule when he's playing three-dimensional chess. Once you've decided to make that move, you have to make that move. You can't just, move your piece back and think, no, I'm gonna do another one. Like, no takesies, backsies, that sort of thing. And anyway, Spock reaches out for the piece, and Jim just raps him on the knuckles lightly, like as a joke.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. You know in anime when they suddenly get surrounded by flowers?
Yeah,
like,
he's making it worse. He's making it
my
fucking
hand.
worse for the both of them, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, of course, Spock stiffens.
in more ways than one.
Yeah, that's it, in more ways than one. Jim's worried. He's like, hey, Spock, I didn't mean to hurt you. Are you all right? It was just a little tap, I'm sorry. Spock's like, no, it's fine. You don't fault yourself. I'm in need of rest. I must retire to my quarters. Please allow me to return to this match tomorrow. So, like,
His quarters, eh?
Yeah, this is it. So, of course, Spock fucks off through the shared bathroom that connects their quarters, rather conveniently.
That's not a thing.
No, probably not. But he sort of fucks off, and this is where you find out that Kirk is about as down bad for Spock as Spock is for Kirk.
Okay.
So, but yeah, he's sort of thinking about it, and he's like, yeah, he's been acting odd. He's going away and taking lunch in his quarters, and he's been a bit weird in the lift that one time. And now he's sort of found out he's definitely got a hand thing.
Mm-hmm.
He'd reacted strongly to that light little slap, but not as he usually reacted to pain. Jim had seen Spock handle boatloads of pain without blinking. No, this reaction has been something different. Almost like embarrassment, humiliation, perhaps arousal. Of course, as Kirk's thinking about this, he's getting hard, so yeah, he beats his meat too.
For God's sake.
Thinking of the best hand job in the world that he will get off Spock eventually, apparently. So, but yeah, he gets sort of like worked up and things like that, and then it's time to take this fantasy to the bed. Jim decided catching up on his daily reports could wait. So, like, he's got paperwork to do, but he's just going to blow it off and have a wank.
It's time for a cheeky wank.
Yeah.
I've just seen the notes.
Yeah, I love
Spock,
the notes.
I must not let my inappropriate arousal interfere in my duties as first officer of a starship. Kirk. Lol, fuck paper, I'm horny.
Do you know, that's exactly how I read it.
And we've all been there.
Yeah, we've all, yeah.
When presented with paperwork.
This is the thing. Procrastination comes in many forms.
Yes.
Yep.
See what you did there.
For fuck's sake.
But yeah, I quite enjoyed this. I
This is
quite
cute.
like how the whole sort of like will they, won't they things going on, and I kind of want to see where this develops.
Yeah,
And
this Spock is deeply amusing.
it looks like they're still updating. So I'm gonna bookmark this and I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'd like to see this go to the conclusion, because, you know, everybody has fetishes, and if you get to indulge those fetishes, then all the better. With the person you love.
I look forward to seeing where this goes.
Yeah,
So yes. Thank you, VRly7.
absolutely fantastic.
Now, you were telling me something about Vulcan pickup lines a second ago.
Yes. So, this wasn't really long enough to warrant its own review, but I thought it was worth a mention. This is What Were Your Parents' Professions Because Certain Sections of Your Anatomy Resemble Fine Baking by lirulin, if I can pronounce that right.
Pardon? Fine baking?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's maybe meant to be, was your mum a baker because you've got nice buns?
Oh, okay, alright.
So this is...
Oh, these are good.
yeah, these are absolutely brilliant. Yeah, pick a favourite.
Now, if we read any, you have to do them in a Spock voice, so like super deadpan.
I'll have a go.
I would like to request your presence at an event I fully intend to host in the immediate foreseeable future. A prompt RSVP would be most appreciated. Oh, indeed. It is to be a small, celebratory gathering. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Where are you planning on holding it? Ah, it is... Ahem. I intend to host this event within the confines of my regulation-issued uniform slacks.
A party in his pants.
There's a party in my pants and you're invited.
Oh
That is most
my god.
agreeable.
Oh, fantastic.
This is Vulcan flirting. This is a compilation of Vulcan flirting, too.
It is, yeah. I am concerned that you are not showing signs of fatigue, Cadet Uhura, as you have been vigorously sprinting through the confines of my subconscious since dawn.
I don't know that one.
Well, you've been running through my dreams all night or something?
Yeah, you must be tired
yeah.
because you've been running through my dreams all night.
Oh my Christ. Okay.
The inertial dampeners must be malfunctioning, because you are most assuredly rocking my world.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You display superior taste in footwear. In an unrelated matter, I would like to mate with you. That's nice shoes, wanna fuck.
That's nice shoes, wanna fuck.
Oh, for
If I may ask, Cadet Uhura, did you experience any pain when you fell from the celestial body that the primitive humans once referred to as heaven? Yeah, these all read like Spock.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, wonderful. Absolutely. Oh, I like this one. I was wondering, Cadet Uhura, if I could persuade you to accept this ticket. It will grant you an entrance to a display of small armaments, which happens to be taking place at this moment in the approximate region of my biceps and deltoids, with an auxiliary showing in the vicinity of the tricep. Would you like tickets to the gun show? These are fantastic.
Oh
Yeah.
my fucking god. Poor Cadet Uhura.
I hope the writers for Strange New Worlds are taking notes.
Oh, yeah, these are
Because
wonderful.
we've got young Spock in that, and he is in that time where he's experimenting with being Rizz. Or having Rizz.
Oh, boy.
This is part 1 in Vulcan pickup lines. There's a part 2.
I feel like they should put the translation in.
Oh, this
some
one's
of
just
these.
written. This is prose for the most part.
Alright.
Oh, wait, no. Then it swaps. Some more from the comments.
Is this Kirk like teaching Spock about pickup lines?
Is there a fire control personnel nearby? You appear to be on fire.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The one I was going to read, though, was, I require aid in ascertaining the spring constant of my regulation mattress. Would you care to collect data?
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, these are all gold.
Current selection in clothing is aesthetically pleasing. However, I believe the pleasure factor could be increased significantly by reallocating them to the floor of my dormitory quarters.
Vulcan Rizz.
Would you
Oh,
consent
yeah.
to placing yourself upon my seated form, such as we may engage in discussion regarding whatever topic may come to our attention? That's come sit on my knee and we'll talk about the first thing that pops up.
I can see why Spock's mum decided Vulcans were where it's at.
Yeah, oh, these are wonderful.
These are kind of endearing. And they also neatly segue into one thing I've been reading this week. So if you go up 1 in the Discord,
Okay.
so there are 2 fics, both by Clonezone. One is significantly shorter than the other. I wanted to talk about this just because it looks really funny.
Okay.
So, the first one I want to talk about is a fic called "In which Bradward Boimler gives Spock such a terrible blowjob he needs to sit back and think about it for a little while."
Bloody hell.
I see.
Okay.
So, Bradward Boimler is a character from Star Trek Lower Decks. This won't mean anything to you, Nick, but I know it will for Grace. He is played by the Huey from The Boys.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay.
He is exactly the same, only slightly less charismatic.
He is just him in a cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of like a more awkward Trekkie nerd version of Huey from The Boys.
Okay.
Yeah. At one point, he goes back in time and he gets to meet Spock. And here he gets to give him a terrible blowjob.
It's a wonderful premise.
Yeah. So we get right into it. It opens with, "Mr. Spock, I just want to say this is a tremendous honor." Boiler looks at him with eager eyes. "And so begin the 6 most unsatisfactory minutes of Spock's life." Which is a wonderful way to describe a blowjob. It starts off promising. A mouth is a mouth. The hole's a hole. But his mouth was cold. A human mouth shouldn't be this cold.
A little dry, completely outside the realm of logic. It's
Yeah.
so bad it's outside the realm of fucking logic.
Yeah.
Because he's got a cold, dry mouth.
Cold, freezing cold, dry mouth. And after a while he has to stop because he pulls away to gag. He's like, "I'm sorry, give me a second." "It's fine, I just have a very sensitive gag reflex." "And why did you offer?" "I don't know." This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and you're like a personal hero and oh my god, am I blowing this?
I believe you are
believe you're
trying
doing-
your best, Ensign.
"I believe you're trying your best, Ensign." And then, "Oh no, but what if this messes up with the timeline? What if I'm so bad you decide to give up and never have sex again and then you never end up with Captain Kirk?" And who?
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Then he gets... Spock is like hinting to him, "Get back to the task at hand. Hand. You use your hands." Extra connection here. We've got back to your fic, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spock being... I think it's just to avoid Boimler's terrible blowjob. But
Yeah,
it's-
just get it over with.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't go well. 3 more minutes of very passionate, cold and dry attempts at sucking dick. 3 uninterrupted minutes, save for a few calm downs and enough with the teeths.
Oh, it just gets worse.
And then he gives up.
Oh my god.
No one comes. That's actually in the tags, funnily enough. No one
But
comes.
no
in
one
this.
comes.
Yeah. I should probably go through the other tags. Yeah, bad sex, just terrible, oral sex. Do not come here to jack off unless into panicked, dry, toothy blowjobs. I don't subscribe to cisgender Spock, but this was too funny to pass up. No one comes in this.
I see.
Poor Boimler.
He tried his best.
He sure did. Notes: anyone who thinks Bradward Boimler is good at gay sex is wrong. Might make a follow-up where Mariner and Ortega's absolutely blow Uhura's back out. I'm here when you do. That sounds great.
I see.
So, that's not what we're here for.
Okay.
I'm actually here to tell you about another fic written by Clonezone called Cardassian Copyright Laws versus the People.
Oh, right.
We've kind of got out of hand here. Like, 2 of us have brought 2 fics.
Oops, all fics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
Well, it's our first episode back, so yeah, a bumper
Yeah.
episode never hurt
Make up for
anybody.
lost time.
Yeah.
Come back with us to extra fics to make up for the haters.
Hmm.
So, we're back to Deep Space Nine, but we're not focusing on Garrick and Bashir. Garrick and Bashir is happening, but it's not the focus.
It's in the background.
Yeah. We're here to talk about Gul Dukat, the villain. My boy.
Of course.
you may recall me saying last time, deserves a lot more public awareness. Like, on paper, he is everything Tumblr likes. Like, he's a bad boy who's convinced he's the main character. Like, I feel like if DS9 aired today, Gul Dukat would be a Tumblr sexy man.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But alas, he came too soon. He was born too early. And yeah, not many people write fics about Gul Dukat being horny, but luckily this fic is about someone writing fics about Gul Dukat being horny. So, our story begins. It's a quiet day on DS9, but there's rumours and gossip astir, because someone has published a book. Now this happens every so often, but it's been a while since anyone got this excited about the book.
Okay.
This story is called Occupation. It's been published anonymously. No one knows where it came from. It just sort of appeared on the Deep Space Nine internet. And it features some unique content. It has Gul Dukat in some very compromising positions. And, yeah, it's no wonder it became so popular with the Bajoran audience.
Somebody's written fanfic of Dukat fucking loads of people, haven't they?
It's the other way round.
Oh, loads of people fucking Gul Dukat.
Gul Dukat's the bottom.
Ah, shit, okay.
So, we cut to, they're in Ops, which is like the bridge for the station, and all the officers are just sat there gossiping. Julian's bringing it up. It's like, oh, has everyone else read it? It's like, how long do you think before Dukat sees it? It's like, oh, it won't be long. And we should be ready. He's probably going to make a scene, like, whenever he sees this. Probably about defamation. And Julian's like, I wouldn't call it defamation. Honestly, it describes him quite fondly. Him and his, no unprofessional language in Ops, Doctor. Odo sort of pipes up. Also reading a pad. And he's like, well, it's not unprofessional. I could use the medical term if you like. And, no one wants to hear that. Odo, are you reading it right now? No. Purely for investigative purposes. It's pertinent that we discover the author before Dukat gives us any trouble. And maybe it is slightly cathartic to see my old boss be put in his place.
Brilliant.
Eventually, so they start gossiping about it. One of them brings up, I don't think a Bajoran would have written this, because the author seems to know a lot about Cardassian anatomy, and anyone who actually lived under the occupation wouldn't want to write about Gul Dukat, because like he's Space Hitler essentially.
Yeah.
So it's unlikely. So who knows?
It's gonna be Garak, isn't it?
So the only Cardassians on the station are Garak, who Bashir points out is a terrible author.
Okay.
Like, he can't write for shit. The only other one on the station is Dukat's daughter, who has almost certainly not written this.
Okay.
So, Sisko tells them, shut up, enough speculation. He's walking down the stairs out of his office to leave. He is reading a pad as he's doing this. So everyone's like, Captain, are you also reading this fic? He's like, no. This is Andorian soil sample reports.
Of course it is.
Yep. So it cuts to Gul Dukat on the phone with Sisko. It just goes, this is an outrage. He's like, you read the novel then. How dare the Federation allow any of this smut to be passed around the station? He's like, yeah, if you want to sue, you're gonna have to come here, but Bajoran laws is different, in it? He's like, no, this is an outrage. Cardassia specifically outlaws any use of military personnel in fiction. It's like, well, Bajor's not part of Cardassia. Well, I'm a prominent military leader. This novel strips me of my title, my life, my dignity. Your clothes? Exactly. I just love his rant in this. I won't read the whole thing, but it describes me as submissive, weak, a Bajoran's whore. I am the pinnacle of Cardassian masculinity, and Cardassian men do not submit so readily. I've heard a few people who would disagree. And yeah, Sisko just hangs up on him.
I like how Sisko is just sort of prodding him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I should mention the tags. So the additional tags were bullying Dukat.
Yep.
Book discussions, seriously bullying Dukat, I cannot stress how much we're bullying Dukat here. And I'm here for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bully him.
Yep.
He deserves it.
Bully
So before
Dukat.
we move on, I'd like to draw your attention to the comments.
Okay.
Specifically, the reply to the second comment down. Because the author has replied... So, someone called Wolf_Lettuce... So, sorry, beep lettuce just came back in my
No,
mind.
don't set me off. I'm
Sorry.
trying desperately.
You tried to keep
fine.
it together.
So that commenter says, didn't know I needed this, but I do. Please, a crumb more, a smidgen, a morsel. And the author replied with a section from the hit novel Occupation,
Oh, no.
which I'd like to read. Randy Nwan's recent promotion to the guard of the political prisoners was not a job he took lightly. He was guarding some of the most cruel leaders of the Cardassian occupation of Bajor, many of them awaiting execution. His station was near the cell of the former Gul Dukat. Looking at him, Nwan could tell the man was broken. He was bruised, bleeding, and his eyes were all but dead. Though, the longer he looked, the more he noticed there was something beautiful about him. He shook off the thoughts, knowing that this man was responsible for so many deaths, and that it was wrong to have feelings for a prisoner. But something about the way his scales glinted in the harsh light of the prison sparked something in him that mixed with the hatred. It wouldn't be surprised if it eventually turned to lust. That was something he'd have to watch out for.
Oh, they're going to pound.
Yeah, they're gonna pound. That's the
Wow.
only bit of Occupation that I've seen be written. I would like to see more, Clonezone, if you end up listening to this.
Yeah, if you're going to... You may as well do the full thing now.
If you write the full Occupation, I will gladly read the whole thing and turn it into a podfic, because I'm here for this.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Chapter 2 is mostly just discussion of who people suspect wrote it. We start with Julian talking to Garrick. Garrick's not impressed with this book. There's no meaning. It's simply sex and violence for the sake of sex and violence. And they wonder, like, how much of it is true. Like, there were rumours about Dukat's inclinations. But they're like, no. Dukat's not gay. That doesn't seem likely. By the way, Kira thinks you wrote it. And he's like, no, I didn't write this. I wouldn't write smut about the man who sentenced me to exile. Yeah. I don't trust Garrick. Jazdia and Kira are also talking about it. They're like, oh, why are people into this? Gul Dukat's not even hot. And, yeah.
James is like, I'm sorry, have you seen him?
He's not hot. I just think he'd be a Tumblr sexy man.
Okay.
Which are two separate things.
Yeah, fair enough.
They describe it as lizard erotica here at one point, which made me laugh.
Yeah. A lizard
Jadzia
erotica.
wants to try out some of the things in the story. She's like, no, you should go ask Worf. Like, maybe I will. So, establishing their relationship. Like, Jadzia's married to Worf, but they've got something open going on with Kira.
Right, I see. Yeah.
And then Gul Dukat arrives on the station. Is the next section. He's wandering around. He boards the station as normal, but he can tell people are looking at him more than they usually do. And at one point, someone yells, "Say hi to Nwan for me."
I do like how he's that pissed off with this, he's come to sort it out.
He has travelled across the galaxy to Deep Space Nine to complain about the smut being written about him. So yeah, he goes into Cisco's office. He does the whole, this is an outrage! Like, all of this stuff.
I do like that, Dukat, if you say this is an outrage, I will kick you out.
Well, I am outraged. So yeah, Odo is investigating it. He's here to deal with that before he finds someone to sue. But I love that he brings out, like, I can't believe this is so popular. It's not even well written. The prose is choppy, to be generous. Listen to this. In this line it says, Nwan ran his hand down Dukat's scaled spine. And 2 pages later, it describes my spine as smooth. Which is it? And he's got these bits highlighted. He's gone through this with a highlighter, pulling out inconsistencies.
Oh, please tell me the author's going to use that annotated copy to improve.
Oh, maybe. And in this paragraph, it specifically says I have scars on my ridges. But then, again, later they're described as smooth scales. It can't be both. Why are you reading this so closely? Evidence. So, chapter 3 is Odo's investigation. And Odo suggests that Bashir... Well, first of all, they go... Well, first I need to figure out a motive. Do you have any enemies? I'm just going to write yes on that one.
I did like that line.
That's a really funny line. Secondly, they ask, I'm going to get Bashir to examine you, just so we can determine how accurate the novel is. He's like, it's correct anatomically, and that's all I'm going to give you. He's like, I'm not letting Bashir examine me. Are you completely certain? Under no circumstances will I subject myself to that kind of humiliation.
And the
next scene is Dr. Bashir examining Dukat. It immediately cuts to the med bay. It's happening. And,
they are just making this as difficult as possible for him, aren't they?
Dukat's having a hard time here.
Yeah.
It's deserved. It's completely deserved. But the twist to the examination, everything checks out. In the book, he's got a scar below his 4th ridge scale. That's there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
He's also missing a scale in his lower stomach, which is also in the book.
So is somebody he's been intimate with.
Whoever is writing this has intimate knowledge of Gul Dukat's body.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So then they're trying to work out, like, who has slept with Gul Dukat? Well, we know Quark has. Garrick? No. There might be plenty of Bajoran women, maybe. Was it you, Odo? Oh, don't be ridiculous, Doctor. And that's when Gul Dukat runs into his ex-wife, who is on the station.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's her, her, isn't it?
No.
Oh, no, okay.
Oh.
His ex-wife has only just shown up on the station. She has arrived to, and this is chapter 4, she has arrived to give a donation to the Bajoran relief funds. She is donating all of Gul Dukat's divorce money to the Bajorans as like a fuck you to him and an apology to Bajor for everything shitty he did.
Okay.
It really is getting worse for him, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh my god.
I might suggest a rename of this fic to Gul Dukat's Bad Time.
Yes. Oh boy.
So his wife never actually shows up in the show. We know she exists. Her name is Athra. The author has essentially written her as a lizard version of Lady Dimitrescu.
I see.
Okay.
They've added to the Cardassian biology that the women are a lot bigger, which makes sense because that's true of a lot of lizards. And, yeah. In fact, a lot of mammals as well, come to think of it.
Okay, so they've done about as much research as, sort of applied about as much research as the original Star Trek would.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they mostly just wanted to write a big lizard waifu. And you know what?
That's fine too.
Good on you.
Yeah.
I tip my hat to you. I'm here for it.
Yeah, everybody likes big waifus.
So, Dukat and his wife talk about things. He doesn't bring up the book. As she leaves, a sense of dread flows through his body. He goes, how am I going to stop her from reading the novel?
Oh dear.
We cut back to Odo investigating things. He's decided, as always when Odo investigates things, to go straight to Quark, because Quark has his finger in a lot of pies. He might have something involved. And he's explaining that it's not him. He adds that literature just isn't profitable. Do you see many people on this station spending their time reading? No, because they stay inside reading instead of going out and having fun at my bar. Trust me, I didn't write it. Now, you can take me off that list of yours. Now, if there's ever a holoprogram version, put me at the top of the list.
Oh.
So,
Fucking hell.
Quark anti-book because there's no profit in it. He
But
might
you've
program.
just given him an idea.
Yeah.
To... no.
Buy the TV rights, program an interactive version, then you can make profit.
Excellent.
God.
I miss Quark. We need him in more TV things. But yeah, he also thinks Garak has had sex with Dukat at some point, so he suspects him.
Fucking Garrick.
Tells Odo that his ex-wife is on the station. Maybe you should talk to her. So Odo does. We also get a very touching scene with Gul Dukat's wife meeting Zial. Now Zial is Dukat's bastard daughter. Like, he had her with a Bajoran... I can't think of what the politically correct term is.
Person.
Concubine?
Comfort woman, I think is what they call them in the show.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah. The Cardassians were really shitty in the occupation, just to be... Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds it.
And that is never kind of shied away from. So she's half Bajoran, half Cardassian. Don't ask me how half lizard, half mammal works, but it's Star Trek. They hit it off. It's very cute. It's very touching. It's not super relevant to the mystery of who wrote Gul Dukat's fic, and we're short on time, so I'll skip over it for the most part. I will mention the first paragraph, though. She is having a terrible time because the most popular thing on the station right now is erotica about her dad.
Yeah, I mean, granted.
Who wrote it?
Do you want me to skip straight to that?
Oh, I'm curious. Who actually fucking
We're
wrote it?
getting there.
Oh, alright. I'll wait.
Yeah, generally speaking, people didn't enjoy reading erotica featuring their dads. Zial was no exception to that rule.
Yeah, fair enough.
She's so
Granted.
sick of hearing about this. Understandably so. Yeah, I'll skip. I encourage everyone to read this in their own time. It's very good. I'll skip ahead. Chapter 5. Odo meets Dukat's wife. She is very tall, with long legs and prominent musculature, much larger than Dukat himself. She even had to duck slightly when she entered the room. Hi. Bit of a cutaway. I'll say this slightly later. Time complicated. If you don't want to hear the ending to the story, skip ahead now. Cool. You've been warned. This is the spoiler bit. Back to the show. So, Odo mentions the book and asks her if she did it. And no, she didn't.
But she's now going to read it.
But she then says, maybe I can help. May I read this? Odo hands her a copy. This prose seems very familiar. So she is accusing Gul Dukat of writing it himself.
Oh, shit, okay.
Oh,
She
shit.
recognizes his style of writing.
Okay.
Like, it's the kind of thing he would write. And then our next scene is Dukat being like, Captain Sisko, I demand you sort this out immediately. My ex-wife is accusing me of writing that wretched novel. And she's obviously out to get me. I deny all of this. How could you? His face is blue with rage.
Does it turn out that he actually has written it?
Yes.
Hey!
Gul Dukat wrote it himself.
But why?
Fucking hell.
We'll get there. Next scene, Jazdi is talking to Worf about the book. And she's like, there's some things in this book that would be fun. Worf doesn't understand the appeal again. And she's like, it's less about the man in it, more about the things that happen in the book, And yeah, it would be fun if we tried some of these. And Worf's just like, which role would you like to take? Good on you, Worf.
Yep, satisfying his woman.
Mm-hmm. So, time passes. Dukat is still on Deep Space Nine. He wants to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, how did the book get out if he wrote it?
That's the second mystery. This chapter, there's a lot of flirting between Kira and Gul Dukat's wife.
I still think Garrick's got something to do with it.
Kira hooks up with Dukat's wife. Good on her. Fully on board with all of this.
Yep.
And there's a bit with Sisko. That's kind of cute. And eventually, we get the last bit in this chapter. Where exactly did you find this? Odo held the leather-bound notebook outward of it. A slimy smile crept across Garak's face. Well, I couldn't tell you that, Constable. But I will tell you, it's been in my possession for quite a while. And Odo, he humphs, opens it. And you're certain this is the original copy? Quite certain. And he's reading the original leather-bound copy. This text seems quite accurate so far. And I think you'll find this of interest as well. He hands him a letter addressed to Athra from Dukat, and the handwriting matches.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
okay.
shit.
So, Dukat wrote it. Garak stole it. Garak leaked it. Garak typed it up and put it online.
Fucking
Oh, what a guy.
Oh, shit.
what
Hang
an
on.
arsehole.
Hi. Bit of a cutaway. I'll say this slightly later. Time complicated. If you don't want to hear the ending to the story, skip ahead now. Cool. You've been warned. This is the spoiler bit. Back to the show.
Yeah, good idea.
Sorry, I forgot to mention... we'll put
Spoilies. Yeah, good idea,
Yeah.
that.
I'll edit around so I say that before I actually say
Yeah.
the spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah. We were all keen, I get it. So yeah, final chapter, a month or two has passed. Dukat is still on the station. He's trying to figure out how to sue Garak. No one's even talking about this book anymore. Like, the fad is over. People have read it. They've moved on with their lives. Dukat has not moved on with his life.
He's still going.
Yeah. He's simply awaiting the trial of the man who distributed that drivel.
The drivel hero.
So, Cardassian citizens are not permitted to create or distribute anything disparaging towards military officials. However, Garak was exiled from Cardassia.
So the rules don't apply to him.
He is no longer a Cardassian citizen because Dukat exiled him. So Dukat's stuck. He's just like, go home, Dukat. Just leave.
Oh, this is lovely.
Piss off. The very heartwarming B-plot that I didn't want to get into because it was a lot of Star Trek lore would have to be dumped. Kira ends up like staying together with Dukat's wife and adopting Dukat's daughter, Zial.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
And that's quite wholesome. She moves to Deep Space Nine. They live together. I could see that being a better ending for Zial.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that was canon.
Yeah, fair enough.
The last bit is everyone just talking to Garak. Like, how did you find this book? Yeah.
How the fuck did you find this book?
I have my ways.
Oh, fucking hell.
Before my exile, I figured I would need a bargaining chip should things go in an unideal way.
Oh, God.
So why now?
Guy.
How do humans say it? I just wanted to.
He just wanted to cause
What?
shit for the
He
most hated man in
decided
the Alpha Quadrant.
drama. Yeah,
He lives for it, doesn't
which
he?
is incredibly on brand for Gul Dukat, for Garak. It's time to be a diva. I'm just gonna leak Dukat's porn.
I'm bored.
Yeah.
I'm
Time for
time
chaos.
to leak this. The Emperor's self-insert fanfic. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It's very wholesome.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's pretty much our ending. They see Gul Dukat out, like, be gone, thoughts. And
Bye.
he leaves. And I'm sure everything goes well.
Excellent.
And he never bothers them again. He
No, I
definitely
bet.
doesn't make a pact with Satan, like in the show.
No, of course not.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, actually.
There was a bit I wanted to mention that I skipped over. It was Bashir talking with Garak about everything. Apparently a lot of Cardassians have doctor kinks, was mentioned in this.
Okay.
Because it's like, Cardassia is a very fascist culture, so authority is appealing. So doctors have that kind of mystique to them.
Yeah, I see.
So they're like a man in uniform.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Exactly.
Okay.
And being medical includes, so they know a bit about anatomy as well, and they've got authority.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I thought that was a nice touch. That fits with what we know about Cardassia.
Yeah.
So Garak's just living the dream, really, is
So Garak is living the dream.
he? This is such a good pick for him to live in.
Yeah,
isn't
it is. He's having the time
Honestly,
of his life.
This is a good fic for everyone involved, honestly. Like, everyone
Apart
has a
from-
much happier ending.
Everyone's
from
got to bully
Dukat.
the bad guy.
Apart from
Yeah.
Dukat, but fuck Dukat.
Yeah, he deserves it.
He absolutely deserves it. So I don't mind. So yeah, that's what I read.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I read a lot this week, actually, but there was another one I wanted to shout out, which I've told you guys about, where Bashir sluts it up. But I figured I'd leave the Garashir to Grace for now.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Clonezone. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
My only request is I hope you write occupation, if you haven't already. I didn't see it in the things you've already written, but if it's out there, I'd love to see it. So yeah. So what have we learned today?
Beep letters.
Beep letters. Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
I guess what we've learned is don't get a tattoo unless you are absolutely fucking sure. And absolutely serious. Because you may end
Make
up
sure
with
it's in a
beep
language you
letters.
understand.
Or make sure you get it checked first by somebody who understands that language.
And that you trust not to just let you get a tattoo saying beep beep letters.
Oh, it is like the other way around, you know, where you see those shirts in like China and Japan which have English words on them.
Yeah.
And it'll say something which doesn't make any sense, like make your hair maximum Jonathan or something like that.
We'll see, you idiot bastard.
I saw a tattoo on an Asian woman that had the word discount.
Oh no.
I think it's supposed to be like value or something, but yeah, it's just oh no.
I did read somewhere where there was this, it was either a Chinese or Japanese shop owner, and they'd been on holiday in America, and they'd heard people use the word fucking.
Yes.
They thought it meant like, oh, it's really good. Like, you know, if you say I don't know, this fucking soup, you know, this really good soup.
Yeah, I saw that because
So they went
wrote
back.
Fucking sale everywhere.
Yeah, they went back and plastered all over their shop these signs saying "fucking sale."
Go on.
Fucking sale.
Fucking
I mean,
sale.
all the Westerners showed up, so it can't be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gonna go buy stuff in the fucking sale.
Yeah, man. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Sorry, I'm skimming through Clonezone's other fics. They've written a fic about Grilka, who is a big Klingon woman who Quark accidentally gets married to.
Okay.
And I love that episode.
I see. Yeah,
So-
another big waifu.
Yeah. Well, Clonezone mentions they're a lesbian, so
I see.
it kind of fits.
Yeah, everybody wants a big waifu.
Yeah, Quark accidentally kills her husband in self-defense, and it turns out that means you marry them, and he has to, like, sort out their house. And
Right.
fight duels and shit. Because Klingon warrior culture's dumb,
Yeah, I see.
but it's what they do. And Quark's a fucking accountant. He doesn't fight. But yeah. Grace, was Star Trek as bad as you expected? It sounds like you've enjoyed yourself.
Well, it was when you showed it to me, but thankfully the authors of AO3 showed me the more appealing side of it.
I'm glad to hear it. Maybe you can sit down with Deep Space Nine sometime.
No,
Learn about Garak.
no.
See them at it.
He's got a clitoris on his forehead. I don't know what it.
He sure does.
I can't unsee
The
it.
racial slur they use for Cardassians is the spoonheads,
Oh no.
because they've got that little spoon. Yeah. I think it's the only racial slur we have in Star Trek, you know?
All right.
Yeah. Which is surprising, because there's a lot... Oh, no, the Andorians call humans pink skins,
Okay.
All right.
which is kind of awkward.
Yes, it is.
Not all humans have pink skin.
No.
Oh, so they're racist as
Yeah,
well.
like, they said it in the 60s show, and then, like, I don't think they thought it through. Because, and
Well, but
Andorians are
when you
blue.
turn anyone in,
Yeah,
when you turn people inside out, they're pink on the inside
exactly.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen theories that maybe it's like a heat vision. It's like a vision thing, because like
Oh, right.
Andorians, they're from an ice world. They're all blue. Maybe all humans look kind of bright and like heat based to them.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows? I like that theory personally.
That is a good
Or
theory.
they're just really, really racist and just narrowed it down. Which seems on brand for the Andorians too, because like they're fighty.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've bored Grace to death about Star Trek enough now. I will stop
It's out of your
Thank
system
you.
for another 3 years.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I realized this is season 5, right?
Another 4 years.
So, it's our 5-year mission.
What?
Oh.
Do we
So-
think that we have boldly gone where no fanfic
Thank
podcast
you.
has gone before?
I guess we have. Yeah, so Kirk's ship, in the opening titles, he talks about the 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds. So, it's appropriate that we're doing Star Trek at the end of our 5-year mission.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, tying it together.
Exactly. That was on purpose.
Of course it was. You
Yeah.
haven't just realised it just now as you were
didn't-
thinking about
I
wrapping up.
realised it about an hour or two ago, but then I remembered to say it. But yeah, I think we've done a fair bit of waffling. Do we want to discuss what we're doing next while we're here? Or do we want to hang up first and think about it?
Oh, I don't really mind.
Yeah, what
How
are we
tired
doing?
are you?
What are we doing next?
Not that tired.
Okay, so I have narrowed it down to a couple of options.
Okay.
If I finish it on time, we should do What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay.
We could do Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We could do I had ideas and I've forgotten them. We could do Resident Evil. 'cause I'm
Again?
playing a bit of that.
Again?
But all of Resident Evil, not
Oh.
just not just Big Mama.
I see.
I mean, she's the person I'd be bringing back
That's
up.
fine.
So this doesn't
I'm
really
happy to
matter
hear more.
me.
I mean, I think we did that episode as Resident Evil was coming out, so now it's had time to mature.
Accumulate.
To build up.
Yes.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
Lady Dimitrescu herself has matured.
I mean, she hasn't. She was already mature. But
She was already a big MILF,
Yeah.
but now the fandom has matured too. But we can also talk about Resident Evil 4 with Ada and Ashley and Jill for a little bit.
yeah, fair enough.
And Leon. There'll be a lot of Leon. So that's an option. We could let Grace pick because she generously let me do Star Trek.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm happy with that.
Oh, I can't think of anything offhand right
I'm
now.
happy to push Cyberpunk back to one of our later episodes. Because I am going to try and watch the anime.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay,
I've
we'll
seen
keep
the anime.
Cyberpunk on ice for now.
Yeah.
Until you.
Are you going to watch the anime, James, or are you too sad?
It's too sad. I
Oh.
don't like sad things.
Yeah, it is a cyberpunk world. Like, nobody has a happy ending. Nobody has a good
Exactly.
time. Yeah.
Which is why I'm going to beat the Idris Elba DLC and probably call it there
Fair enough. Okay.
with Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll see how I feel when I've beaten it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm enjoying Cyberpunk though.
Oh, yeah. I wish I'd never played it when it was... I got lent a copy when it was on the PS3.
It's janky state, yeah.
Because it was...
PS4.
They were sort of... Yeah, the PS4, rather. They were sort of halfway through fixing it. And so they'd done a load of stuff where they'd managed to make the frame rate better, but it like directly affected the amount of street furniture and cars and pedestrians, and it just felt like a big empty world. Like outside of Afterlife and outside of Jig Jig Street, it just felt empty, and it was such a shame.
Yeah.
And it's so much better now. Like there's so much more stuff to do as well.
Yeah, it's a good game now.
Yeah, it is 100%.
Yeah. Devastated how much better it is than Starfield.
Yeah. So I watched a comparison between Starfield and Cyber. It was on nightclubs.
Oh yeah, no. The nightclub in Starfield's bad.
The nightclub in Starfield it was designed and built by somebody who had read about a nightclub in a book once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Like Cyberpunk was designed by people who had actually been to nightclubs.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's some things I don't think it's fair to compare Starfield to Cyberpunk on for like say facial animations and things like that because it's not they're very different games for that.
Yeah.
Like Starfield is more open world, Cyberpunk it's more the cutscenes are strictly rigid and stuff.
Yeah.
But oh god, Neon and the nightclub is so bad.
Yeah, it is.
And I hope they fix Starfield. And when they do, I hope it's good.
Well, this is Bethesda.
But we could do Skyrim.
Yeah, we could do Skyrim, I
to,
suppose. Yeah. I mean, it's been ported to pretty much everything now, so...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have a think. We've got a Baldur's Gate episode coming, because it's only a matter of time, and I don't think there's a point in keeping that a secret, but...
Fair enough.
Maybe not just yet. Let me play a bit more of it first.
Yeah, okay. Is that the one with the big demon waifu that can't touch you, but wants to?
Pardon?
Or am I
don't
thinking
know.
of something else?
There's a lot of waifus in Baldur's Gate 3. Actually, and a lot of husbandos, too.
Right, fair enough.
A friend of ours has convinced Grace, who's not played Baldur's Gate, into simping for this bloke. And I just don't get it.
I just find him very amusing. Lots of cat energy.
But that's a story for another time. Yeah, I guess we'll have a think and decide over the next 2 weeks.
Yep, fair enough.
Cool. If you have opinions, why not write in? I mean, by the time you hear this, we'll have recorded our next one, but maybe for the one after.
Yeah, either write in or jump on the Discord, which will
Join our Discord. It's free.
Which will be free now, so you can do that if you so wish.
Come say hi. Just don't be a weirdo.
Nah, be a weirdo. We're all weirdos here.
It depends what kind of weirdo. If you're here to sell me pills that involve my penis, I don't want it.
He's got enough of those.
I've got enough of those. Medicine cabinet's full.
Fair enough. What? Right. So, would you like to buy a bigger medicine cabinet?
No. And I already know about all the horny sluts in my area. I'm right here.
You are the sexy single in your area.
I'm the desperate slut in my area. Like, stop telling me. I know.
Oh, for God's sake.
And on that note, it's time to go. I didn't have anything witty said. I should have had something witty in Star Trek said. Oh, I do. Warp 1, engage. There we go.
You fulfilled your...
I Picarded a little bit.
You have fulfilled your pop culture reference quota for this episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
See you next time.